Okay. So just types of vectors. Just we'll revise those 4 different types of vectors, and after that I will continue the class. So there are different types of vectors are there. First one, zero vector or null vector. Zero vector or null vector. Zero vector or null vector means a vector whose magnitude is zero is called a null vector or zero vector. ఏ వెక్టర్ యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ జీరో ఉంటుందో ఏ వెక్టర్ యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ జీరో ఉంటుందో దాన్ని జీరో వెక్టర్ లేదా నల్ వెక్టర్ అంటాం. బికాస్ ఎవ్రీ వెక్టర్ ఇస్ హ్యావింగ్ మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ డైరెక్షన్. బట్ ద వెక్టర్ హూజ్ మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ ఇస్ జీరో ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఏ జీరో వెక్టర్ ఆర్ నల్ వెక్టర్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, here the magnitude of the vector is zero. Magnitude of this vector is magnitude of zero vector is equal to zero. Suppose a bar is a zero vector. A bar is a zero vector. The magnitude of this a bar is zero. Magnitude of any vector is represented like this, modulus of a bar, which is equal to, simply we can write a, that is equal to zero. Then this vector a bar is called as the zero vector. So one example. Suppose the body travel along the circular path. Whenever the body travel along the circular path, if it completes one rotation, the body starts the motion from the point A, and whenever it completes one rotation, what is the displacement of the body? When the body completes one rotation along the circular path, again the body reaches the same point A, no? ఈ బాడీ సర్కిల్ పాత్ తో ట్రావెల్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ అదే పాయింట్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా. అదే పాయింట్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇనిషియల్ పాయింట్ అదే, ఫైనల్ పాయింట్ అదే. కాబట్టి ఆ రెండింటి మధ్య ఏమైనా డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఉంటుందా? ఉండదు కదా, జీరో. అంటే displacement is a vector quantity, but magnitude here is zero, no? That's why here the displacement is a zero vector. So when the body completes one rotation, when the body completes one rotation, comma, its displacement vector, its displacement is a zero vector. Its displacement is a zero vector. Its displacement is a zero vector. Okay. Next, suppose one body is projected. Another example, when the body is projected vertically upwards, as long as the body moving upwards, gravitational force acts on the body, pulls the body downwards. Even then, the body travel upwards so that its velocity gradually decreases, and at the highest point, its velocity becomes zero. So velocity is a vector quantity, but at the highest point, velocity magnitude is zero. That's why velocity is a zero vector. Velocity is a zero vector. In this way, we can say number of examples for this. Okay. Next, second one, proper vector. Proper vector. A vector whose magnitude is non-zero, zero kagodu. A vector whose magnitude is not equal to zero. That means the magnitude of given vector is not equal to zero. Then a bar is, this vector is called proper vector. Proper vector. Okay. Next, third one, equal vector. Equal vector. Suppose this is here, a bar is one vector. Here there is another vector, b bar. Suppose these two vectors, a bar, b bar, both are having same magnitude. That means modulus of a bar is equal to modulus of b bar. And if these two lines are parallel to each other, then these a bar and b bar are along the same direction. No? A bar, b bar are having same magnitude, and a bar and b bar are along same direction. Along same direction. Comma, then this a bar and b bar are said to be equal vectors. So a bar and b bar are said to be equal vector of one another, are equal vectors. Equal vectors. Okay, next. Okay, next one, fourth one. Equal vectors, there are parallel vectors also because both are parallel. Whenever the two vectors are parallel and their magnitudes are equal, then they are called equal vectors. Okay. For example, suppose here we see one vector is here, one vector a bar is here. Okay, one vector a bar is here. Suppose if you slide this vector parallel to itself, ఈ వెక్టర్ ని ప్యారలల్ గా స్లైడ్ చేసుకుంటే ఇక్కడ దాకా తీసుకొచ్చినప్పుడు ప్యారలల్ గా స్లైడ్ అయితే తీసుకొచ్చాం కాబట్టి డైరెక్షన్ సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉంటాయి. దీని మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ సేమ్. అప్పుడు ఇది కూడా ఈ వెక్టర్ అవుతుంది కదా. అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్. ఇది బి బార్ అనుకోండి. దీన్ని ప్యారలల్ గా ఇట్లా స్లైడ్ చేసుకుంటూ వచ్చినప్పుడు దిస్ ఇస్ ఏ అనదర్ వెక్టర్ దట్ ఏ బార్ బి బార్ బోత్ ఆర్ హావింగ్ సేమ్ మాగ్నిట్యూడ్. ఏ బార్ బి బార్ both are having same magnitude, direction is also same, that's why b bar is equal vector of this one. So when the given vector is slided parallel to itself, then the vector does not change. That is the important point. So that is the note point here. From this it is clear that when the vector is slided parallel to itself, when the vector is slided parallel to itself, comma, the vector does not change. The vector does not change. The vector does not change. That is very, very important point. Okay, next, fourth one. Negative vector or reversal vector. Negative vector or reversal vector. Negative vector or reversal vector. Suppose here this is one vector a bar. Another vector is anti-parallel to a bar. That is say b bar. Another vector is anti-parallel to b bar, but having same magnitude. This b bar and a bar both are having same magnitude. That means a bar modulus and b bar modulus both are same. A bar modulus means magnitude of this one. B bar modulus means magnitude of this one. Both are equal, so equal, but directions are opposite. Suppose here you see, just you reverse this vector in direction. ఈ వెక్టర్ యొక్క డైరెక్షన్ ఒకదాన్ని రివర్స్ చేయండి. డైరెక్షన్ రివర్స్ చేయడం అంటే ఇటుండే ఆర్ మార్క్ ఇటువైపు వస్తుంది, బట్ దేర్ ఇస్ నో చేంజ్ ద మాగ్నిట్యూడ్. Just the vector b bar is reversed its direction without change in magnitude. Then that vector can be represented as minus b bar. When the given vector whose direction is alone reversed, then it becomes minus b bar. Magnitude of this one is same as this one only, but direction is only reversed. Then if you see this a bar and minus b bar, a bar and minus b bar, this a bar and minus b bar both are having same magnitude, because magnitude of b bar is same as that of a bar means magnitude of minus b bar also same as that of a bar only, because only direction is reversed, no change in the magnitude. Okay, that's why magnitude of these two are equal and directions are also same for these two, a bar and minus b bar. A bar minus b bar rendu kuda magnitude same, directions for same unnai kabatti, then we can write like this, no, a bar is equal to b bar, we can write now here a bar is equal to b bar. A bar is equal to b bar because both are equal. So as these two vectors are having same magnitude and direction also same, then these two are called equal vectors. If these two are equal vectors, then this minus b bar is equal to this one, means this b bar is said to be reversal vector of a bar. Here b bar is called reversal vector or negative vector of a bar, is called reversal vector, reversal or negative vector of a bar. So here you see b bar is the reversal vector or negative vector of a bar. Therefore a bar plus b bar is equal to, so when you bring this minus b bar to left, it becomes plus. Here no vector means zero, zero vector means zero bar, we can write. Here b bar is the reverse vector of a bar. So a bar, the sum of the two vectors means vector sum of a bar and their reversal vector is a zero vector. Vector sum of, because in vector form only we added, that's why vector sum of a bar and B bar. Sorry, B bar means reversal vector. Vector sum of A bar and reversal vector B bar is a zero vector. So one given vector and the sum of the one given vector and their reversal vector is a zero vector. Is a zero vector. Okay, this is the negative vector or reversal vector. Next, axial vector. Axial vector or pseudo vector. Axial vector or pseudo vector. The vector whose direction, what is magnitude means here, suppose velocity is 10 meters per second from south to north direction. That 10 meters per second is the magnitude of that velocity vector. 10 meters per second is the magnitude of velocity vector. Okay, H1. H1. Okay. Now, axial vector or pseudo vector. A vector whose direction lies along the axis of rotation. Axis of rotation means suppose one body travel along the circular path about the axis. Here there is a body. Here the body travel along the circular path like this. Okay, about this axis. This is called axis of rotation. This is called axis of rotation. Suppose the body travel along the circular path like this. Whenever the body travel along the circular path like this, then at the axis you keep the thumb and you rotate these fingers, you curl these fingers in the direction of motion of the body. Then as the body rotating like this, in the direction you curl the fingers like this. Then thumb lies upwards. That's why in upward direction along the axis, the angular displacement of the body. So whenever the body travel along the circular path, that body is having angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration, torque or moment of force, different angular momentum, different parameters are there. All lies along the axis of rotation. That's why these vectors are called the axial vector or pseudo vectors. The vectors whose direction, the vectors which lies along the direction of the axis of rotation. This is called axis of rotation. The straight line about which the body rotates is called axis of rotation. The vectors whose direction lies along the axis of rotation, they are called axial vectors or pseudo vectors. They are called axial vectors or pseudo vectors. Okay, the vectors whose direction lies along axis of rotation is called axial vector or pseudo vector. Axial or pseudo vector. P-S-E-U-D-O. P silent. Pseudo vector. Example, angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration, torque, angular momentum, etc. These are the pseudo vectors or axial vectors. I think you know the terms. There is no need to write these terms now. Theta is the angular displacement. Omega is the angular velocity. Alpha is the angular acceleration. Torque is the term is torque. Capital L is the angular momentum. Okay. Right. Next. So this is one type of vector. Next, sixth one. Unit vector. Unit vector that is represented with n cap. Unit vector means all of you stop your video sharings. Axial vector means ఒక బాడీ సర్క్యులర్ పాత్ లో ట్రావెల్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు లేదా రొటేట్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు ఆ రొటేటివ్ మోషన్ కి సంబంధించిన ఫిజికల్ క్వాంటిటీస్ ఉంటాయిగా, యాంగులర్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్, యాంగులర్ వెలాసిటీ, యాంగులర్ యాక్సిలరేషన్, ఓకే, తర్వాత యాంగులర్ మొమెంటం, టార్క్, లేదా మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫోర్స్, ఇవన్నీ కూడా వాటి యొక్క డైరెక్షన్స్ అలాంగ్ ద యాక్సిస్ ఆఫ్ రొటేషన్ ఉంటాయి. అలాంగ్ ద యాక్సిస్ ఆఫ్ రొటేషన్ ఇటువైపు ఉండొచ్చు లేదా ఇటువైపు ఉండొచ్చు. If the body is rotating in this direction, in clockwise direction, then these all are along this axis of rotation in this direction. If it is rotating in this direction, they are in downward direction. The direction of these axial vectors can be had by using right hand thumb rule. Direction can be determined. Direction can be determined by right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule means you take the right hand thumb and remaining fingers, you stretch perpendicular to each other like this. Okay. Now you curl these fingers along the direction of rotation of the body. You keep this thumb along the direction of the axis of rotation, and you curl the fingers, the remaining fingers, along the direction of rotation of the body. Then in which direction thumb lies, that is the direction of the direction of these axial vector or pseudo vectors like theta, omega, alpha, tau, L, etc. Okay. Theta means angle, no? Santosh, what is theta means? Theta is the angular displacement. Theta is, you know, no? Angular displacement or angle. When a body travel along the circular path through certain angle, then what is angular displacement of the body is represented with theta. That is theta. Theta is the angular displacement. Okay. Right. Next, unit vector. A vector, suppose A bar is a vector whose magnitude is 1 or unity. A vector whose magnitude is 1 or unity. Then such vector is called a unit vector. ఒక వెక్టార్ యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ 0 అయితే ఆ వెక్టార్ ని మనం యూనిట్ వెక్టార్ అంటాం. సపోజ్ వన్ వెక్టార్ ఇస్ గివెన్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ యూనిట్ వెక్టార్. ఇట్లా ఒక వెక్టార్ ఇచ్చాడు. ఓకే, ఈ వెక్టార్ యొక్క యూనిట్ వెక్టార్ కావాలి అంటే ఏం చేయాలంటే ఈ వెక్టార్ ని దాని యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ తో డివైడ్ చేయండి. దానికి మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ అంటే మోడ్యులస్ ఆఫ్ ఏ బార్. If you divide the given vector with their magnitude, then that gives the unit vector of a bar, that is represented with n cap. Suppose a bar ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంది అనుకోండి, a bar ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంది. The unit vector of this a bar lies in this direction only, n cap. కాకపోతే దీని magnitude ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి 1 because it is the unit vector. But magnitude of a bar is equal to a. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు లెంత్ a అయితే ఇది given vector కాబట్టి దాని యొక్క magnitude a. యూనిట్ వెక్టర్ యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ 1 కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ 1 నోట్ చేసాం. కాబట్టి యూనిట్ వెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ గివెన్ వెక్టర్ a bar lies along the same direction as that of a bar. Sometimes they may ask, what is the unit vector parallel to a bar or what is the unit vector along the direction of a bar? If they ask, then you divide the given vector with their magnitude. Okay, that gives the unit vector parallel to given vector or along the direction of given vector. I think I said up to this. Unit vector of any vector a bar is parallel to a bar or along a bar. Parallel to a bar or along a bar. Suppose if the magnitude of given vector is a, the magnitude of given vector is a, and their unit vector is n cap, then what is the given vector? Magnitude of given vector a, magnitude of one vector is modulus of a bar. Their unit vector is n cap. Then what is the given vector means? A bar is equal to n cap into mod a, no? So a bar is equal to n cap into mod a or mod a into n cap, or a bar is equal to mod a means magnitude of a bar, that can be represented simply as a into n cap. We can just, I did the cross multiplication. A bar by magnitude of a bar can be written as simply a. So a bar is equal to a into n cap. I wrote that only. So this is the unit vector. Okay. So here In case of coordinate system, the unit vector along x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. The unit vector along x-axis is represented with I cap, small I cap. Unit vector along y-axis is represented with j cap. Unit vector along z-axis is represented with k cap. So what is the magnitude of I cap? Magnitude of I cap, magnitude of j cap, magnitude of k cap. What are the magnitudes of these vectors? Tell me. What is the magnitude of I cap, j cap, and k cap? 1, because these are the unit vectors. I cap, j cap, k cap are the unit vectors. That's why their magnitudes are 1. All are equal to 1. Very good. So I cap is the unit vector along x-axis. J cap is the unit vector along y-axis. K cap is the unit vector along z-axis. Suppose along the negative x-axis, what is the unit vector means? Minus I cap we have to write. Along the negative y-axis, we have to write the unit vector along negative y-axis as minus k cap. Along negative z direction, positive z direction in this. Negative z direction is in opposite direction. Along the negative z direction, the unit vector is represented with minus k cap. Okay. So this is about the unit vector. Next. Resolution of vectors. Resolution of vectors. So resolution of vectors is important one. Resolution of vectors. Shall I write this one? Shall I write this one? Minus j cap is the unit vector along negative y-axis. Minus I cap is the unit vector along x-axis. Minus k cap is the unit vector along negative z-axis. Okay. So these are the important vector types, different types of vectors. Okay. Now resolution of vectors. New topic. Resolution of vectors. This resolution of vectors concept is probably even for different chapters in second year also. Second year, first year, in different chapters it is useful. So all of you listen carefully. Resolution of vectors. Resolution of vectors means splitting up the vector. We have to divide the given vector into different parts. That's why it's called resolution of vectors. All of you already I said in study hour, I will keep the notes in our group. Already I said. Why you are posting number of times, Mr. Venkateshwar Swami? Sorry, Vivekananda Swami. Why are you posting frequently? Already I said number of times. Today in study hour, I will keep the vectors notes in our WhatsApp group. I said. Why are you posting number of times? Because nowadays I watch the postings. Because if you are having any doubt, I want to clarify. If you are keeping frequently the same type of chatting, that is lost to you only. Okay, for everyone, I will not only new person, for every people who is here in the class, for every people in the group, I will keep the notes so that everyone can receive. Okay, right. Resolution of vectors. Suppose here it is xy plane. It is xy plane. In xy plane, one particle travels from the origin to a point A, to a point A or P, to a point P, say, to a point P. One particle travels from the origin to a point P along the straight line. So this is the displacement vector. No? It is the displacement vector. Okay. Such displacement vector is say r bar. Because displacement is a vector quantity. That's why you say this is r bar. the magnitude of this displacement vector is equal to, or you can write S also, no problem, we can write, because displacement is S, no, that's why you can write S also. You write S, S bar. The magnitude of S bar is equal to S only, no. So when the particle travels from O to P along the straight line, then the displacement vector is represented with S bar, whose magnitude is equal to S. Magnitude S ante from this origin up to the point P, the length of the straight line path is equal to S, no. Suppose this displacement vector makes an angle theta with x-axis. The displacement vector makes an angle theta with x-axis. Okay. Now, for this vector, for this displacement vector, here the displacement vector OP bar, because our displacement vector OP bar is equal to, we can write S bar. Their modulus is equal to S, or their magnitude is equal to S. Okay, for this displacement vector, what is the origin? For this displacement vector, what is the origin? What is the initial point for this vector? For this displacement vector, initial point is O and final point is P. No, final point is P. Our origin is O, terminus point is P. Okay. Now from the end point, it is the initial point, it is the end point or final point. From the final point, we draw a perpendicular line onto x-axis. X-axis make a perpendicular line draw check. Where this perpendicular line intersects the x-axis, then such point is called projection of P on x. Projection of P on x-axis. From the point P, when you draw a perpendicular line onto this x-axis, then this point A is called projection of P on x-axis. Okay, so A is the projection of P on x-axis. A is projection of P. Projection of P on x-axis. Projection of P on x-axis. Okay. Now from this point P, you draw a perpendicular line onto y-axis. Where this perpendicular line intersects the y-axis, such point is a B. B is called projection of P on y-axis. B is the projection of P on y-axis. Projection of P on y-axis. Okay, now you see here this is say here OA length. This OA length is say X. OB length is say Y. OA length is X and OB length is say Y. From the diagram, the length of this, here you see it is the right angle triangle, because it is 90, here it is 90. So it is the right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, the magnitude of this vector S, which is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. What is the adjacent side? What is the adjacent side? From this right angle triangle, we can write cos theta is equal to adjacent X by hypotenuse S. X by S. Or X is equal to S cos theta, we can write now. S cos theta, we can write now. Okay. This is called the X component of this displacement along X axis. దీని మనం horizontal component of this displacement along X axis అనొచ్చు, లేదా X component of this displacement. X component means that is the component of the displacement along X axis. So therefore, component of displacement along X axis, that can be written as Sx or simply X, that is equal to S into cos theta. Similarly, what is the component of this displacement S along y axis? Along y axis means this one. Why we have to find? So from the diagram we take sin theta, because this length is same as this length, no? Because this is the parallelogram. Sorry, it is the rectangle. This length, both are same. If it is y, this is also equal to y. Then this is opposite to theta. That's why we take sin theta. Sin theta is equal to y by s. Y by s implies y is equal to s into sin theta. Okay, that here y is the y component of displacement along y axis. Therefore, component of displacement along y axis is equal to sy, which is equal to simply y, right? That is equal to s sin theta. It is the component of the displacement along y axis. So here you see, suppose this is a given vector having magnitude s. What is the x component means? As angle here is there, the component adjacent to angle, this component along x-axis adjacent to angle is called is equal to s cos theta. The another perpendicular component is s sin theta. As this component both are perpendicular, these two x and y components are called the orthogonal components or perpendicular components. X and y are called perpendicular components or orthogonal components. Orthogonal or perpendicular components are right-angled components. Sorry, rectangular components. Rectangular components. Okay. Now, from the diagram, you see what is x here? That is the x component of this vector. What is y? Y component of this vector. Then what is the magnitude of this s? Magnitude of s bar is equal to modulus of s or simply s. That is equal to, from the diagram, that is equal to what? Magnitude of this vector s bar is equal to what? Magnitude of this vector s bar is equal to simply s. That is equal to what? Here in this right angle triangle, if it is s, hypotenuse is s, that is equal to, according to Pythagoras principle, s is equal to square root of x square plus y square we can write now. So square root of x square plus y square we can write. What is your doubt, Mr. Ram? Mr. Ram? What is your doubt, Ram? Doubt ending. Diagram లో ఎక్కడ ఇది రైట్ యాంగిల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ కదా, రైట్ యాంగిల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ లో ఈ అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్ ఏమో x, ఈ ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్ ఏమో y. ఇది హైపోటెన్యూస్ అవుతుంది కదా. అప్పుడు పైథాగరస్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ప్రకారం s స్క్వేర్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు x స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ y స్క్వేర్ రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా, లేదా s ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ x స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ y స్క్వేర్. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ xy అంటే xy are the x component and y component of this given vector, where x and y are the x component and y component of this given vector. Is it correct or not? In order to check them, x means we have s cos theta, you substitute here. Y means s sin theta. S cos theta whole square plus y s sin theta whole square. S square root of s square cos square theta plus s square sin square theta. So square root of s square you take common. Then s square root of s square of cos square theta plus sin square theta 1. That's why root s square means yes. Yes. That's why here the square root of x component square plus y component square gives the displacement of the given vector in xy plane. xy plane లో ఉన్న వెక్టార్ యొక్క డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ కావాలంటే దాని x component square plus y component square under root, that gives the magnitude of the displacement vector. ఓకే, తర్వాత ఇంకోటి ఒకసారి చూడండి. ఇక్కడ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో OA is equal to ఎంత? x కదా. What is the unit vector along x axis? What is the unit vector along x axis? What is the unit vector along x axis? Unit vector along x axis can be represented as I cap now. Unit vector along y axis can be represented as j cap. Okay, suppose if I cap is the unit vector along x axis, then what is the vector along, what is the vector OA? What is the this OA bar? How we can write this OA length in vector form? ఇక్కడ ఈ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ OA ని వెక్టర్ ఫామ్ లో ఎట్లా రాయొచ్చు అంటే OA bar is equal to how we can write. OA bar is equal to how we can write. OA bar అంటే మనకు ఆల్రెడీ ఇందాక చెప్పా, A bar is equal to n cap into A అని చెప్పాను. అంటే ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో వెక్టార్ కావాలంటే ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో వెక్టార్ యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ ఇంటూ ఆ డైరెక్షన్ లో యూనిట్ వెక్టార్. In order to write this OA length in vector form, we have to multiply this magnitude with unit vector along this direction. So OA bar కావాలనుకోండి, OA bar is equal to ఈ OA bar యొక్క magnitude simply OA అంటే x ఇంటూ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ నుండి యూనిట్ వెక్టర్ అంటే I cap కదా, కాబట్టి I cap. Okay, similarly this x means we can write x is equal to s cos theta. Okay, similarly y component is equal to OB. దాన్ని వెక్టార్ ఫామ్ లో రాయాలి. ఇక్కడ ఓఏ వెక్టార్ ఫామ్ అంటే జస్ట్ ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకేగా, అట్లే ఓబి అంటే ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో వీ హావ్ రైట్ ఇన్ వెక్టార్ ఫామ్. ఓబి బార్ ని వెక్టార్, ఓబి ని వెక్టార్ ఫామ్ లో రాయాలంటే ఓబి బార్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉంటే ఈ వెక్టార్ యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ అంటే y ఇంటూ ఆ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉండే యూనిట్ వెక్టార్ అంటే j క్యాప్. y మీన్స్ s sin theta, capital S sin theta into j cap. It is the vector in this direction. Vector in this direction. Okay, in order to add one vector to other vector, already I said. చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఇది OB బార్ కదా, ఇది OB బార్, దానికి ప్యారలల్ ఉన్న లైన్ ఇది. ఈ AP అనేది ప్యారలల్ ఉన్న లైనేగా. ఇక్కడ కూడా యారో మార్క్ ఇటువైపే తీస్తాం అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ద మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్ అండ్ దిస్ వన్ బోత్ ఆర్ సేమ్, డైరెక్షన్స్ సేమ్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి AP బార్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు OB బార్ అని రాసుకోవచ్చా? AP బార్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు OB బార్ రాసుకోవచ్చా? బికాస్ మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ ఆఫ్ AP అండ్ OB బోత్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్. రెండింటి యారో మార్క్స్ సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి దేర్ఫోర్ దీని ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్ గా ట్రీట్ చేస్తాం మనం. యారో మార్క్ ఇటువైపు తీసుకుంటే సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్. అప్పుడు ఈ వెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ AP బార్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఈ వెక్టర్ OB బార్. మరి OB బార్ అంటే ఆల్రెడీ వి హావ్ రిటన్ హియర్ దిస్ y into j cap. Y into j cap. Can we add AP bar to OA bar? Can we add AP bar to OA bar? AP bar ని OA bar కి యాడ్ చేయొచ్చా? Can we add AP bar to OA bar? Say yes or no. మీకు ఆల్రెడీ నిన్న ఎడిషన్ ఆఫ్ వెక్టార్స్ రూల్ చెప్పా ఒకటి. ఓకే, ఈ వెక్టార్ దీనికి యాడ్ చేయాలంటే ఈ వెక్టార్ యొక్క ఇనిషియల్ పాయింట్ అంటే A, దీని యొక్క ఫైనల్ పాయింట్ అంటే A, రెండు కోయిన్సైడ్ అవ్వాలని చెప్పా. కోయిన్సైడ్ అయినాయి కాబట్టి దిస్ వెక్టార్ కెన్ బి యాడెడ్ టు దిస్ వన్. అంటే AP బార్ ని OA బార్ కి యాడ్ చేయొచ్చు. కాబట్టి OA బార్ ప్లస్ AP బార్. Here if you write like this, AP bar is said to be added to OA bar. మరి AP బార్ ని OA బార్ కి యాడ్ చేస్తే వచ్చే రిజల్టెంట్ వెక్టర్ ఏమవుతుంది? ఈ ఫస్ట్ వెక్టర్ ఇనిషియల్ పాయింట్, సెకండ్ వెక్టర్ యొక్క ఫైనల్ పాయింట్, ఈ రెండింటిని జాయిన్ చేస్తే వచ్చే వెక్టర్ అంటే అది OP బారేగా. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు OP బార్. మరి వాట్ అబౌట్ OP బార్? OP బార్ ఇస్ S బార్ ఫ్రమ్ ది డయాగ్రమ్. OP బార్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు S బార్. దానికి మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ S అంటే ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు OA బార్ అంటే OA బార్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు XI క్యాప్ ప్లస్ AP బార్ అంటే AP బార్ అన్న OP బార్ అన్న ఒకటే కదా, YJ క్యాప్. YJ క్యాప్. ఓకే, therefore where x and y are the x component and y component of this displacement vector. ఇక్కడ xy అనేవి x and y components of the given vector S bar. Then what is the given vector means? X component into I cap plus y component into j cap. దీన్ని మనం ఇట్లా కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. S bar is equal to xi cap plus yj cap, or x component of this displacement is sx into I cap plus y component of this displacement is sy into j cap. We can write like this also. Then what is the magnitude of this displacement? Magnitude of this displacement is modulus of S bar. Magnitude of this displacement is modulus of S bar, which is equal to simply S. You write which is equal to simply S. What is S value? What is S value? That is equal to S means already we have written somewhere here. You see here. S is equal to square root of x component square plus y component square. This is the magnitude of the given vector. Or magnitude of given vector S is equal to square root of x component means that can be written as simply Sx also. Sx square plus y means Sy square. So this is the formula for magnitude of that vector. Suppose if the x component and y component of the given vector are x and y, then the given vector S bar can be written as x component into I cap plus y component into j cap. X component into y cap and y component into j cap. What is your doubt, Rajnikant? What is your doubt? Rajnikant, what is your doubt? OB bar. OB bar here, you see. AP bar is equal to OB. AP bar, OB bar both are equal now. OB bar is equal to YJ cap. So that is equal to AP bar. That's why I substituted here instead of AP bar as it is equal to OB bar, I substituted YJ cap. Okay. Then here you see, whenever these two this vector and this vector. Vector sum of these two vectors is equal to this vector. Just I used that answer and I got this one. Okay. Next. Okay, now you see from the diagram, tan theta is equal to how much? Suppose the given vector S bar makes an angle theta with x-axis. Then what is the tan theta value? Tan theta is equal to, in this right angle triangle, it is a given vector. If the angle made by given vector with x-axis is theta, then tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite means y, by adjacent means x. Y by x, which is equal to, y means y component of the given vector, that is equal to, we can write simply sy. X component of given vector means s of x. Okay, so tan theta is equal to sy by sx or y by x. By in this formula, we can find what is the angle made by given vector with x-axis. With y-axis means x by y we had right. What is the angle made by given vector with y-axis means this angle is say theta naught or something theta dash. Then tan theta dash is equal to, we had write x by y. Generally, what is the direction of this given vector means angle made by given vector with positive x-axis. Generally they used to ask. ఇక్కడ డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది గివెన్ వెక్టర్ అంటే x యాక్సిస్ తో ఇచ్చిన వెక్టర్ θ యాంగిల్ చేస్తూ ఉంది అని చెప్పామంటే డైరెక్షన్ చెప్పినట్లే కదా. కాబట్టి హియర్ θ గివ్స్ డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది వెక్టర్. θ గివ్స్ డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ గివెన్ వెక్టర్. డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ గివెన్ వెక్టర్. θ gives the direction of the given vector. So by using this formula we can find the direction of the given vector. Okay, now one example I want to say. Suppose the given vector a bar is equal to 3i cap plus 4j cap. If a bar is equal to 3i cap plus 4j cap, then find magnitude and direction of the given vector. Magnitude and direction of vector. Direction of vector. If a bar is equal to 3i cap plus 4j cap, comma, then find the magnitude and direction of the given vector. First of all, ఈ వెక్టర్ ఏ క్వాడ్రంట్ లో ఉంటుంది. ఇది xy, ఇక్కడ x component y component రెండు. As x component and y component only two are there, definitely this vector lies in xy plane. ఈ రెండు కూడా x component y component terms లో ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేశారు కాబట్టి ఈ వెక్టర్ ని, this vector lies in xy plane. In xy plane four coordinates are there. First quadrant, second, third, fourth. In these quadrants, in which quadrant this vector lies? x component positive, y component కూడా పాజిటివ్ అంటే ప్లస్ అంటే పాజిటివ్, ఇక్కడ ఏం మైనస్ లేదంటే పాజిటివ్ కదా. x component పాజిటివ్, y component పాజిటివ్, రెండు x y రెండు పాజిటివ్ ఉండాలంటే ఏ క్వాడ్రంట్ లో ఉండాలి? ఫస్ట్ క్వాడ్రంట్. కాబట్టి ద గివెన్ వెక్టర్ లైస్ ఇన్ ఫస్ట్ క్వాడ్రంట్. ఈ క్వాడ్రంట్ లో ఆ వెక్టర్ ఉంటుంది. Okay, so here you see a bar is equal to, generally we are given vector is 3i cap plus 4j cap is like this, but actually xi cap plus yj cap is the given vector. Compare చేస్తే మనకి x is equal to 3 ఉంది, y is equal to 4 ఉంది కదా. Okay, suppose this given vector makes an angle theta with x axis. This is x axis, this is y axis. If the given vector makes an angle theta with x axis, positive x axis, then you see from this end point of the vector you draw a perpendicular line. Here draw a perpendicular line onto y axis. Then this length is equal to x, this length is equal to y. Of course it is y, that's why it is equal to y. Okay, then in order to find the angle made by this vector with positive x axis, then you take tan theta. Tan theta is equal to y by x. When you compare these two, y by x means y component is 4, x component is 3, that's equal to 4 by 3. Tan theta 4 by 3 means what about theta value? What about theta value? Theta is equal to 53 degree now. Tan theta is equal to 53 degree. So tan 53 is equal to 4 by 3. That's why angle made by given vector with positive x axis 53 degree. ఏ డైరెక్షన్ లో మనం x axis రిఫరెన్స్ గా తీసుకుంటాం. x యాక్సిస్ తో చేసే యాంగిల్ చెప్తున్నాం కాబట్టి x యాక్సిస్ నుంచి ఇటువైపు అంటే ఈ డైరెక్షన్ అంటే యాంటీ క్లాక్ వైజ్ డైరెక్షన్ కదా. సో ద గివెన్ వెక్టర్ మేక్స్ యాంగిల్ 53 degree with positive x axis in anti clockwise direction లేదా counter clockwise direction అంటాం. సో therefore the given vector a bar, this is a bar only, no, a bar makes an angle theta is equal to 53 degree with positive x axis in positive x axis తోటి ఈ వెక్టర్ ఇచ్చిన వెక్టర్ ఇటువైపు అంటే యాంటీ క్లాక్ వైజ్ ఆర్ కౌంటర్ క్లాక్ వైజ్ in anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise or counter-clockwise direction, which is the answer. Okay, suppose if the same vector lies in this direction, makes an angle theta, then the given vector makes an angle theta is equal to something in clockwise direction, means that lies in this quadrant, fourth quadrant. Okay, so in this way we can find the direction of the given vector also. What is the magnitude of the given vector? Magnitude of given vector, once it was given in mains, magnitude of a bar is equal to simply a, that is equal to square root of x component square plus y component square, no, therefore a is equal to square root of, what is the x component? X component is 3 square plus y component is 4 square. 3 square plus 4 square means 9 plus 16, that is equal to root 25. Therefore a is equal to 5. It is the magnitude of the given vector and theta is equal to 53 is the direction of the given vector. In this way, when the given vector is given in terms of I cap j cap, then we can say that vector is given in vector form. I cap j cap లో ఇచ్చిన వెక్టర్ కనుకుంటే దాని వెక్టర్ ఫామ్ లో ఉంది అంటాం. వెక్టర్ ఫామ్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు what is the direction, what is the magnitude, means by this method like this you have to find the magnitude and the direction of the given vector. Okay, next, here this vector lies in only xy plane. This vector lies in only xy plane. Okay, suppose note point, related to this resolution of vectors, note points I want to discuss. Note 1. Suppose it's only here we are given one vector a bar. We can resolve this vector into any number of components along any direction. But in the previous example, we resolve this vector into two components along x-axis, along y-axis. The component of this vector along x-axis is equal to x. Component of this vector along y-axis is ay. Suppose this vector makes an angle theta with x-axis, then tan theta is equal to y component by x component. Tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite means it is parallel to this one. That's why ay. By adjacent means x. Of course, I have written that is as y by x. Okay. So the given vector, what is the component of this given vector along x-axis means x. And x is equal to what? X component of this vector in this direction means, you see, magnitude of this given vector a bar is equal to a. Their component along x-axis. Their component along x-axis means already x is equal to, previously we have written s cos theta. Here a is there, that's why a cos theta. Because cos theta is equal to adjacent x by a. Cos theta is equal to adjacent x in this right angle triangle, cos theta is equal to adjacent x by hypotenuse means a. Ax is equal to a cos theta, no? So the component of this given vector adjacent to this angle, that is equal to a cos theta. Perpendicular to this component here is ay. Ay is equal to how we can write? A sin theta. It is the perpendicular component. And ఇక్కడ థీటాకి అడ్జసెంట్ గా ఉండే కాంపోనెంట్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా కాస్ రాయాలి. దాని పర్పెండిక్యులర్ గా ఉండే సైన్ అవుతుంది. సో a sin theta. Okay, these are the components. Now suppose that we resolve this vector a bar into two components perpendicular to each other. That's why these are called rectangular components. But we can resolve. Suppose here this vector a bar can be written as you see x component into I cap, xi cap plus yj cap. No, that x component means just I represented that x component as ax. That's why ax into I cap plus y component is ay into j cap. We can write like this. What is the magnitude of this vector? Magnitude of this vector a bar modulus, that is equal to simply a, which is equal to x square root of x component square plus y component square. Already I wrote previously. X component square means ax square, y component square means ay square. Okay, it is already I said here. Just I recollected them. Now second one. Suppose you see suppose it is one vector a bar in this direction and in this direction. Whatever the components of this vector. Here this direction makes an angle say alpha with this vector makes an angle say theta 1, not alpha, theta 1 is in general. The angle made by this vector with this direction is theta 1, with this direction it is say theta 2. This is the given vector a bar. This is the given vector a bar. It is given vector a bar. Then what is the component of this vector along this direction? Component of this vector along this direction and from this point, from the final point of this vector, you draw a perpendicular line onto this line. Then this length is the component of this vector along this direction. Okay, from this point you draw a perpendicular line onto this side. Then this length is equal to component of this vector along this direction. A2. What is A1? A1 is equal to component of this vector along this direction means suppose the magnitude of this vector is equal to say A. Then component of this vector along this direction means a cos theta 1. A cos theta 1. This is not a sin theta 1. That is important because here this component is not perpendicular to this one, but angle made by this direction with vector is theta 2. That's why this component a2 is equal to the component adjacent to angle, that is cos. That's why a cos theta 2, because this magnitude is a. Their component along this direction is equal to a into angle theta 2. So a cos theta 2. In this way we can write. Okay. Here that means it is very clear. The given vector is divided into two components, one in this direction, another one is in this direction. But here the given vector is divided into two perpendicular components. These two are not perpendicular, but these two are perpendicular. That means the given vector can be resolved into any number of components along any direction. That is very, very important point. The given vector can be divided into any number of components along any direction. For example, along one direction force is there, 10 Newton force is there. Along one direction, suppose in this direction 10 Newton force is there. Instead of applying the 10 Newton force on the body directly by means of single force only, when you apply the number of forces, 1 Newton plus 1 Newton plus 2 Newton plus 3 Newton plus 3 Newton, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you add all these forces in this direction, what is the total force? 10. That means this 10 Newton force can be applied instead of applying the single force, which is equal to 10 Newton. We can apply the number of forces on the same body along the same direction. That is also 10 only now. That means these are called the components of this force. In this way, we can divide the given vector. Force is a vector. We can divide the given vector into any number of components in any direction. That's why components are having not particularly a single direction. We can divide the given vector into any number of components in any direction. That's why component of a given vector is always a scalar quantity. It has no particular direction. Okay, that is very, very important point. So the component of a given vector is very, very important point. Components of a given vector are scalars, not vectors, are scalars. Components of a given vector are scalars. That is very, very important. Okay. Next, third note one. Third note point. Suppose it is xy plane. One vector a bar lies in this direction, whose magnitude is equal to a. Okay, it is Rz. Angle made by this given vector with x-axis, positive x-axis is say alpha, positive axis is say beta. Then what is the x component of this vector and y component of this vector? This is x component. X component కావాలంటే immediate గా from this final point of the vector you draw a perpendicular line on the x-axis. Then the distance of this projection of A on x-axis up from origin, that is called the component of the given vector A bar along x-axis. Similarly, along y-axis AY. What is AX? What is AX? AX is equal to A cos alpha. No? లేదు cos alpha is equal to. What about cos alpha? Right? What about cos alpha? From this right angle triangle, AX means the component of this vector along x-axis means this one. AY means component of this vector along y-axis. This is this. Okay. Now cos alpha, you tell me cos alpha is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. That means AX by A. Cos beta is equal to AY. Cos beta means this right angle triangle. In this cos beta means AY by A. AY by A. Here, if you are given cos alpha, suppose if you are given the cos alpha value ఇచ్చారంటే alpha తెలిసినట్టే కదా. Alpha తెలిస్తే then we can say the given vector lies along the direction by making an angle alpha with x-axis. That means if you know cos alpha, we know the direction of this vector. Suppose if you are given beta, if you know beta value or cos beta value, we know the angle made by given vector with the positive axis. That means in that case also direction is known. As is cos alpha, cos beta, both are given directions of the given vector to us. Then these are called directional cosines. These are called directional cosines. Okay, suppose if Ax and Ay are the x and y components of the given vector, then the given vector can be written as x component into y cap plus y component into j cap. And magnitude of this given vector A bar modulus is equal to simply A. That is equal to square root of x square plus y square. That means x component square plus y component square. Where Ax, Ay means by using this formulas we can calculate. Okay. Suppose it is the case whenever the given vector lies in xy plane. Vector in xy plane. A bar in xy plane. When A bar is in xy plane, this is in this way we can write direction cosines. Okay. So one, suppose if the given vector lies in a space, A bar lies in a space. When the given vector lies in a space, it is x-axis, it is y-axis, it is z-axis, it is Rz. Suppose the given vector makes an angle alpha with x-axis, beta with y-axis, and gamma with z-axis. Then directional cosines are cos alpha is equal to x component of the given vector by A, cos beta is equal to y component of the given vector by magnitude of the given vector, cos gamma is equal to. Ante similarly, just like here, when the given vector makes an angle alpha with x-axis, then cos alpha is equal to x component by A. If it makes angle beta with y-axis, then cos beta is equal to y component by A. Similarly, if the given vector makes an angle gamma with z-axis, then cos gamma is equal to z component of given vector by A. That means if the given vector lies in space, then the given vector has components along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis also. Of course, we can resolve the given vector into any number of components, but it is easy to resolve or divide the given vector into three rectangular components along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis. Those three rectangular components are ax, ay, and az. They can be written like this. Here, if you know alpha, beta, or gamma, we know the direction of this given vector. That's why cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called directional cosines. Here, cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma are called directional cosines. Directional cosines, because these are called, because this cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma gives the directions of this given vector with x-axis, with y, with z-axis. That's why these are called directional cosines. Okay, now how we can write the vector? If the given vector has only x component and y component, then the given vector can be written as x component into I cap plus y component to j cap. But here the given vector lies in space. That's why it is having three components, x component, y component, and z component also. If they are having three components, perpendicular components, then the given vector a bar can be written as x component into I cap plus y component into j cap plus z component into k cap. It arrives. Well, only if the given vector is having only x component and y component, we can write like this. If it is lies in the space, that vector is having z component also, az. In such case, how we can write the given vector means x component into I cap plus y component into j cap plus z component into k cap also. What is the magnitude of this vector? Magnitude of this vector, modulus of a bar is equal to simply a, which is equal to square root of. Suppose if this vector lies in space, so that this end point is having coordinates x comma y comma z, then x is the x component, y is the y component, z is the z component. Then what is the distance of this point from this origin means square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Similarly, the length of this vector a bar, modulus of a bar is equal to a, which is equal to x component square plus y component square plus z component square. X component square means ax square, y component square is ay square, z component square means az square. Or we can write x, y, z also. Xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap also we can write. Okay, this is the magnitude of the given vector which lies in space. Magnitude of the given vector which lies in space. Next, in this only, magnitude of the given vector in xy plane. Okay, next note point. No, in this only you see. Sum of the squares of directional cosines is equal to what? Sum of the squares of directional cosines. Cos alpha means ax by a. Square means ax by a whole square. Cos beta means ay by a. Square means square. Plus cos gamma is equal to az by a. Square means whole square, right? Then this is equal to ax square by a square plus ay square by a square plus az by a whole square means az square by a square. Take LCM. A square. So here ax square plus ay square plus az square. What is ax square plus ay square plus az square? Here you see, you square on both sides, then a square is equal to root will be cancelled. Then a square is equal to ax square plus ay square plus az square. So here ax square plus ay square plus az square can be written as simply a square. No, a square by a square means 1. That is equal to 1. Therefore, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. That means sum of the squares of directional cosines, because cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called directional cosines. No, sum of the squares of directional cosines is equal to 1. It is also important point. Sum of the squares of directional cosines is equal to 1. Here this cos square alpha can be written as 1 minus sin square alpha, plus it can be written as 1 minus sin square beta, plus cos square alpha gamma can be written as 1 minus sin square gamma. That is equal to 1. Okay, then you bring all sin square alpha, sin square beta, sin square gamma to right and 1 to left. 1 1 1 1 cancel. Then remaining is sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is equal to, here 1 plus 1 plus 1 3, 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is equal to 2. This is also very, very important. This formula is also very, very important. Because if you know the directional cosines, then we can have the direction of the given vector. This is important, this is important, this is also important one. Okay. Next. Note down. Next note point. What is the number? Next note number is what? Next note number is, I think third one or fourth one is completed. Sixth to be taught. 5 are completed. 5 are completed or 4 completed? Fourth one completed. Okay, fifth one. Suppose the given vector A bar is equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap plus Az k cap. Az k cap. Then what is the magnitude of this vector means already we know. Magnitude of this entire vector means A. A is equal to A bar modulus is equal to simply A, which is equal to square root of x component square plus y component square plus z component square. Now they may ask, what is the magnitude of this given vector in xy plane? Magnitude of A bar, that means given vector in xy plane, or component of A bar in xy plane. Magnitude of A bar in xy plane means only in xy plane only we have considered. Or component of A bar in xy plane means the magnitude of this vector in xy plane we have tried. That is represented as Axy, which is equal to square root of magnitude of this given vector in xy plane means y component 0, z component 0. Magnitude of this given vector in xy plane means z component 0. Then in that case you will get ax square plus ay square. It is also called as the component of A bar in xy plane or magnitude of A bar in xy plane. Similarly, magnitude of given vector in yz plane. In yz plane, the magnitude of given vector is say yz. That is equal to square root of y component square plus z component square. In zx plane, the component of A bar in zx plane or the magnitude of A bar in zx plane is azx or axz. That's called square root of z component square plus x component square. This is also important one. This is also important one. Okay. Now this is about resolution of vectors. Now based on this, today I have to do the problems also. Okay. Right. Next. Laws of vector addition. Laws of vector addition. Laws of vector addition. Okay. Laws of vector addition means first one, vector addition obeys commutative law. Vector addition obeys commutative law. Commutative law means B bar ni A bar ke add chesina, when you add B bar to A bar or A bar to B bar, when you add B bar to A bar or A bar to B bar, it makes no difference. This is called commutative law. So order of vector addition does not make any difference. Order of vector addition మార్చినందువల్ల మనకి వెక్టార్ ఏ మారదు. A bar plus B bar రాసినా B bar plus A bar రాసినా వచ్చే రిజల్ట్ ఒకటే. So when you take the vector sum of the two vectors, then that vector sum of the two vectors gives the resultant of those two vectors, A bar and B bar. A bar B bar కి resultant vector అంటే A bar plus B bar, అంతేగాని A plus B కాదు. A bar plus B bar రెండు వెక్టార్స్ వెక్టర్ ఫామ్ లో యాడ్ చేస్తే that gives the resultant of those two vectors. మనం అంత ముందు రాసాం అక్కడ. Okay. So here if A bar plus B bar is equal to B bar plus A bar, then we can say the vector addition obeys commutative law. ఎట్లా అంటే suppose here this is the vector A bar, it is vector B bar. We can add B bar to A bar, no? Because the initial point of B bar coincides with the final point of A bar. So we can add them. Okay. When you add these two, the resultant of these two is given by the initial point of the first vector, final point of the second vector. Means this one. This is equal to say R bar. So from the diagram, R bar is equal to, if we say O, R bar is equal to OA bar, which is equal to A bar plus B bar. A bar plus B bar. Okay. Now, parallel to this B bar, from this point O, you draw a vector. Parallel to B bar, you draw a vector. As these two are parallel and directions are also same, magnitude also same, then this can be written as equal vector of this one, which is equal to same B bar. ఇది దీనికి ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్ కాబట్టి ఇది B bar అయితే ఇది కూడా B bar. అట్లా ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ A bar డ్రా చేయండి. అంటే ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు parallel to this line you draw a line. డైరెక్షన్ సేమ్ తీసుకోండి దీనిలాగానే parallel గా ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి దీని మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ A bar. Now can we add A bar to B bar? Because the initial point of A bar, because this is the vector, initial point of this one is this one, final point of this one is this one. So we can add A bar to B bar. A bar and B bar add చేసినప్పుడు వచ్చే vector, initial point of the first vector, final point of the second vector. And ఇదేగా R bar. So R bar is also equal to, from this triangle we can write B bar plus A bar. కాబట్టి order of addition makes no difference. If you add B bar to A bar or A bar to B bar, it makes no difference. That's why if it is like that, like this, then we can say the vector addition obeys commutative law. అట్లాగే it obeys associative law. Obeys associative law. Associative law means A bar plus B bar plus C bar is equal to A bar plus B bar plus C bar. అంటే B bar plus C bar ని ఈ B bar plus C bar means it is the resultant of B bar and C bar. ఈ రిజల్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ B bar C bar A bar కి యాడ్ చేసిన C bar ని రిజల్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ A bar and B bar కి యాడ్ చేసిన వచ్చే వాల్యూ ఒకటే. దట్ ఇస్ ద అసోసియేటివ్ లా. థర్డ్ వన్, ఇట్ obeys distributive law. Obeys distributive law. Distributive law means suppose if you multiply the vector sum of two vectors with a scalar, just as in algebra we can multiply. ఆల్జిబ్రాలో m of x plus y into mx plus my అని రాస్తాం కదా. ఇక్కడ వెక్టార్ ఎడిషన్ కూడా ఒక స్కేలార్ తోటి ఆల్జిబ్రా ఎట్లా మల్టిప్లై చేస్తాం ఇక్కడ కూడా మల్టిప్లై చేయొచ్చు. అంటే m into a bar plus m into b bar. This is the, if it obeys the vectors obeys like this, then we can say obeys distributive law. Okay. యాక్చువల్ గా సపోజ్ a bar ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉందనుకోండి, ma bar కూడా ఇదే డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. ma bar కూడా సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. m కనుక గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 1 అయితే దీనికంటే ఎక్కువ లెంత్ ఉంటుంది ma bar, లెస్ దాన్ 1 అయితే దీనికంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి ma bar and m both lies along the same direction. ma bar a bar రెండు కూడా సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటాయి. అట్లాగే mb bar b bar both lies in the same direction. Of course b bar may be in different direction. b bar different direction ఉండొచ్చు, కానీ ఆ b bar వెక్టర్ ఒక స్కేలార్ తో మల్టిప్లై చేసినప్పుడు అప్పుడు mb bar that is along this direction. Okay, ఇది వెక్టర్ here obeys the distributive law. Okay, so next one, note point here. The resultant of a bar, b bar and c bar is r bar. Then r bar is equal to what? Tell me. The resultant of a bar, b bar, c bar is r bar. What is r bar? What is r bar? R bar is equal to, how we can write? R bar is equal to what? How we can write? A bar, B bar, సి బార్ యొక్క రిజల్టెంట్ వెక్టార్ ఆర్ బార్ కావాలి. ఆర్ బార్ అంటే అప్పుడు వెక్టార్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ది 3 వెక్టార్స్ ఏగా, అంటే ఏ బార్ ప్లస్ బి బార్ ప్లస్ సి బార్. ఇట్ ఈస్ ద రిజల్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ దోస్ 3 వెక్టార్స్. 2 వెక్టార్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, రిజల్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఏ బార్ అండ్ బి బార్ అంటే సింపుల్ గా ఏ బార్ ప్లస్ బి బార్ రాయాలి. రిజల్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఏ బార్ ప్లస్ ఏ బార్ బి బార్ అండ్ సి బార్ అంటే ఏ బార్ ప్లస్ బి బార్ ప్లస్ సి బార్. రిజల్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ 4 వెక్టార్స్ ఏ బార్ బి బార్ అండ్ సి బార్ ఈజ్ ఏ బార్ డి బార్ ఈజ్ ఏ బార్ ప్లస్ బి బార్ ప్లస్ సి బార్ ప్లస్ డి బార్. అట్లా రాయాలి రిజల్టెంట్ వెక్టార్. ఓకే, వన్ మోర్ నోట్ పాయింట్. It is note 1. Note 2. Suppose A bar is equal to, we are given Ax I cap plus Ay j cap plus Az k cap. One vector is given. Similarly, B bar is equal to Bx I cap plus By j cap plus Bz k cap. Then A bar plus B bar is equal to what? A bar plus B bar is equal to how much? అంటే ఈ రెండింటిని యాడ్ చేయండి. యాడ్ చేసి I cap కోఎఫిషియంట్ కామన్ తీసేస్తే Ax plus Bx వస్తుంది. Ax plus Bx into I cap. అట్లాగే ay ప్లస్ by ఇంటూ j cap ప్లస్ az ప్లస్ bz ఇంటూ k cap. దీంట్లో ఏదైనా మైనస్ అనుకోండి, మైనస్ రాస్తారు. ఇక్కడ bx మైనస్ అనుకోండి, మైనస్ bx అని రాస్తాం. ఇది ఎడిషన్ ఆఫ్ 2 వెక్టార్స్. ఓకే, అట్లాగే సబ్ట్రాక్షన్ అనుకోండి, సబ్ట్రాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ 2 వెక్టార్స్ అంటే a బార్ మైనస్ b బార్. a బార్ మైనస్ b బార్ అంటే దిస్ మైనస్ దిస్. అప్పుడు ax I cap ప్లస్ సంథింగ్ minus of bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. అంటే minus bx I cap minus by j cap minus bz k cap. ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్స్ లో I cap కామన్ తీస్తే ax minus bx, ax minus bx into I cap plus ay minus by into j cap plus az minus bz, because సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తాం బట్ ఇది మైనస్ అవుతుంది. az minus bz into k cap. What is the magnitude of, ఇట్లా అడగచ్చు, what is the magnitude of fourth one? Magnitude of modulus of a bar plus b bar అని అడగచ్చు. Modulus of a bar plus b bar means a bar plus b bar is equal to this one. Modulus of a bar plus b bar means square root of a bar plus b bar వెక్టార్ లో x కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్ అంటే ax plus bx హోల్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ y కాంపోనెంట్ అంటే ay plus by హోల్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ z కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్ అంటే az plus bz. Similarly, modulus of a bar minus b bar అని అనుకోండి. Modulus of a bar minus b bar అంటే దీని యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్. దీని యొక్క మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ అంటే ఈ వెక్టర్ ఇది. దాని మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ అంటే స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ x కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ y కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ z కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్. స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ x కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్ మీన్స్ ax minus bx స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ y కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్ మీన్స్ ay minus by స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ z కాంపోనెంట్ స్క్వేర్ మీన్స్ az minus bz హోల్ స్క్వేర్. ఇట్లా మన మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, last point. If a bar is equal to b bar, a bar b bar రెండు ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్స్ అనండి. a bar అంటే మనకు తెలుసు ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. b bar means bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. ఈ రెండు ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్స్ అవ్వాలి అంటే డెఫినెట్ గా కాంపోనెంట్స్ కూడా ఈక్వల్ కావాలి. కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ది వెక్టర్స్ కూడా ఈక్వల్ కావాలి. అంటే కాంపోనెంట్ ఆఫ్ I cap ఇక్కడ ax అక్కడేమో bx, ఈ రెండు ఈక్వల్ కావాలి. అట్లాగే ay by az bz ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈక్వల్ కావాలి. తర్వాత రెండు వెక్టర్స్ ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్ అంటే స్లోప్స్ కూడా సేమే కాబట్టి స్లోప్ అంటే ఎట్లా రాస్తాం? ఇచ్చిన వెక్టర్ x యాక్సిస్ తో చేసే యాంగిల్ θ అయితే tan θ is equal to ay by ax, ay by ax. లేదా ఇట్లా రాసుకోవచ్చు. రెండు వెక్టర్స్ ఈక్వల్ వెక్టర్స్ కావాలంటే మాగ్నిట్యూడ్స్ ఈక్వల్ అయినాయి కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్ గా ax by bx, ay by by, az by bz ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈ రేషియోస్ సేమ్ గా ఉండాలి. ఒకవేళ రేషియోస్ సేమ్ గా ఉండి పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూ అయితే ఏ బార్ బి బార్ సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉన్నాయని అర్థం. ఏ బార్ అండ్ బి బార్ అలాంగ్ సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్. ఒకవేళ ఈ రేషియో ఈక్వల్ గా ఉండి నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూ కనుక అయితే అప్పుడు ఏ బార్ అండ్ బి బార్ ఆర్ ఆపోజిట్ టు ఈచ్ అదర్. అంటే ఏ బార్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటే బి బార్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుంది ఇట్లా. కాబట్టి when two vectors are equal then their components are also equal. వాటి కాంపోనెంట్స్ కూడా ఈక్వల్ అంటే రేషియో బిట్వీన్ ద కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఆర్ సేమ్. రేషియో బిట్వీన్ ద కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఆర్ సేమ్. అదే ప్యారలల్ గా ఉన్నాయని అనుకో, రెండు వెక్టర్స్ ప్యారలల్ గా ఉన్నాయి, ఈక్వల్ అయితేనేమో ఈ కాంపోనెంట్స్ రేషియో 1 అవుతుంది. ఒకవేళ ప్యారలల్ అయితే సపోజ్ ఇదే ప్రాబ్లం ఎట్లా రాయొచ్చు అంటే ఈక్వల్ అయితే రెండు వెక్టర్స్ ఈక్వల్ అయితే వాటి యొక్క కాంపోనెంట్స్ కూడా ఈక్వల్ ఉంటాయి. ఒకవేళ ఇఫ్ ఏ బార్ ఈస్ ప్యారలల్ టు బి బార్ అంటే ఏ బార్ బి బార్ కి ప్యారలల్ గా ఉంటే అప్పుడు కండిషన్ ఇది. యాంటీ ప్యారలల్ గా ఉంటే ఇది, ప్యారలల్ గా ఉంటే ఇది. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ ప్యారలల్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ యాంటీ ప్యారలల్ అంటే ఆపోజిట్ గా ఉండటం. ఇవి కండిషన్స్ అండి. దీనికి రిలేటెడ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ టుడే యూ హావ్ టు డూ. ఓకే రైట్, హ్యావ్ ఎ నైస్ డే. ఐ యామ్ సైనింగ్ అవుట్. Okay, now today I will say I keep the notes to you in the group. Okay, right. Have a nice day. I'm signing out. Multiplication. Okay, in multiplication there are two types of multiplication. ఇంకా multiplication స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు నాన్న కిరణ్, రాజ్ కిరణ్. మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చెప్పిన తర్వాత అప్పుడు ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఓబేస్ కాంపిటేటివ్ or not you ask me. Okay, right. I will explain at that time definitely. That is the last topic in the chapter. డైరెక్షన్ దా చెప్పేగా, ఇచ్చిన వెక్టార్ x యాక్సిస్ చేసే యాంగిల్ థీటా అయితే అప్పుడు tan theta is equal to y by x అంటే y కాంపోనెంట్ బై x కాంపోనెంట్ అని చెప్పేగా. y కాంపోనెంట్ బై x కాంపోనెంట్ అని చెప్పే కదా. ఓకే రైట్.